Come on into the library. It's a place where I love to be. Look in a book, here's a story for you. Who makes stories when the day is through? Who makes stories when the day is through? Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Milton Wordsworth, Shelley and Jackson, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous, stories are fun. Come and be a story maker. Story makers. Story makers.
It's midnight. Hello.
Has everybody gone?
The sun is down, the stars are bright. Story makers come out at night. Milton Wordsworth, story maker and magical maestro, at your service. Hey! What in the name of flibbity-gibbets are you two doing here and around the library like that?
It's a box of treasure.
Surely not.
Oh, it is. Yes, I heard the children talking about it. Yes, you put your hand in and dig for buried treasure.
Ooh.
Can I have a go, please?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
Why not?
Not until I've had to go first.
Oh, that was lucky.
Rabbit.
And rabbit and rabbit.
This is terribly exciting. I wonder what it is. Oh, I'm all fingers and thumbs. Oh, how useful.
Well, it would be useful if we had a sandpit.
I know.
What?
Let's
Put it in the story machine.
A park story with a swing in it. I think this will do. Now we require the secret ingredient to make the machine work. Do you know what it is?
Imagination.
That's right, imagination. That's when you see things in your mind and you make them come to life. So put your hands up like this and imagine our park story coming to life. Imagine a story.
It's going to be a playbook! A playbook!
Yes, it is. And it's called Ruby in the Park. Let's go to the park, Mum. Let's go to the park. We can picnic underneath the trees and share our bread with the coots and the geese and the pigeons and the crows who all fly down to say hello. Let's go to the park, Mum. Let's go to the park. There are soaring swings and slides. There's a giddy roundabout too. I'll slide and I'll slide and I'll slide so many times that my belly will feel full of butterflies. Let's go to the park, Mum. Let's go to the park. We can walk amongst the pretty flowers, touch and smell them for many hours. Let's go to the park, Mum. Let's go to the park. When we feel lazy and hot, we can go to the paddling pool to cool off. There amongst the bathing bodies, bright as ice lollies in their swimming cozies, we can splash the rest of the day away. Splish, splash, splish, splash.
Oh, Milton, do you know what I liked best in that story?
No, what?
I liked the slide. I'd love to go on one of those.
They're stupendous.
Ooh, let's have another race.
If you're going to play racing again, I think I'll just go off and do a little pondering.
Oh, Jelly, your car's in the way of mine. Now we've got a traffic jam. Oh, I know. We could make a story with one of these cars.
And you deserve a treat.
What's that?
Oh, that's candy floss. You get that at the fair, don't you, Milton?
That's right. Oh, I like that big slide. It's very good.
Can we put one of the pictures in the story machine? I'm sure the children would like a park story.
But we've just had a park story.
Well, this can be a different one. But it's a pity we didn't see what it was actually like at the party.
Very true, oh pink one.
Milton, if it's not actually your birthday, then...
And I'll sit here opposite the Queen.
Here we are. Jackson, Jelly, Milton, that's me, Boswell the cat, and the Queen. I see we're all here for our midnight feast, except for the Queen. Oh dear, she hasn't turned up.
No.
Oh, never mind. I think I have everything we need. A saucer of milk for Boswell the cat, a drink for each of us, some biscuits, and a bone for the dog.
But Milton, we don't have a dog.
Oh yes. I tell you what.
What?
I'll use this bone for a story.
You won't be needing this, will you?
Well, I wouldn't want it to go to waste.
Hey! Into the machine it goes. Are you ready to help? Imagine a story.
It's a Blue Cow story. Excellent. And it's called Blue Cow Goes Camping.
In a field not far away is a herd of cows grazing quietly. One of the cows is most unusual. Blue Cow wonders about the big world beyond her field. One day, Blue Cow was looking at the rain clouds in the sky. I wonder what it would be like to live in a field but not get wet when it rains. She's off again, said the other cows. So Blue Cow caught the bus that stops beside her field. I'd like a return ticket to a field where I won't get wet when it rains, please. There you go, madam. Hold very tight. And they set off for a campsite. When Blue Cow got off the bus, she could hardly believe her eyes. She was in a field dotted with tents of different colours. Hello, said a brown dog coming out of a small green tent. He was wearing a blue woolly bobble hat. I'm Eric. Do you want to put your tent in our field? I haven't got a tent. I've never been camping before. Oh, you'll need these then. He gave her a small pink tent, some pegs to tie the tent to the ground, and a pink woolly bobble hat. Thank you, said Blue Cow as she put the bobble hat on. Then they put the tent up next to Eric's. It was quite tricky, but finally they put the last peg in the ground. Oh, what a wonderful pink tent, said Blue Cow, and it matches my bobble hat. I think it's going to rain, said Eric. We'd better get inside our tents. When Blue Cow tried to get into her tent, she realised it was a little small for her. She could either get her bottom in, but then her head would stick out, or her head in, but then her bottom would stick out. Oh dear, said Blue Cow. Looks like I'm going to get wet after all. Help, shouted Eric. My tent is blowing away. Blue Cow jumped up to help. Out popped the tent pegs, but the tent was so small that it stuck to Blue Cow like a pink overcoat. Blue Cow and Eric chased the tent around and around the field as it flapped about like a green kite. Got it, she cried, as she grabbed hold of one of the tent ropes. Hooray, said Eric. Thank you, Blue Cow. Let me help you out of your tent. And Eric pulled the tent as Blue Cow wriggled and wriggled to get herself free. Oh, thank you. It was fun going camping, said Blue Cow. Perhaps I should try a bigger tent next time. You'll never guess where I've been. Where have you been? I've been to a field and stayed in a tent. I went camping. Everyone knows cows can't go camping. But we know they can, don't we?
Our tent is better than Blue Cow's, isn't it?
Oh, this midnight feast is great fun. What a pity the Queen could not be here.
I've got an idea. We can use her place name to put in the story machine and make another story.
Well, Jelly, my dearest, people usually live in tents on their holidays.
It can't can't be an egg. It's at a bus stop.
Well, what is it then?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Put it in the story machine.
Are you ready with the magic ingredient? Imagination. Imagine a story. It's a tale from far away, and it's called The Dobiwala's Donkey. The Dobiwala walked home after a long day washing clothes. He ignored his dog and his donkey who were tied up outside his hut and went inside to eat a huge dinner. He ate until he could eat no more and fell asleep at the table. The dog and the donkey were very hungry. Their tummies hurt because they were so empty. Now they would have nothing to eat until the morning. They fell asleep dreaming about food they would never eat. When all was quiet, apart from the snoring of the greedy Dobiwala, a thief crept past the dog and the donkey and slipped into the Dobiwala's hut. After he had taken all he could carry, the thief slipped out of the hut again and crept past the dog and the donkey once more. The bag he was carrying was very heavy, so he set it down and rested for a minute. The donkey awoke. "Look, a thief is carrying off our master's goods. Bark, dog!" "Wait, master!" The dog, who was half asleep, said, "Why should I? He neglects us so badly, he deserves a fright. He should look after us a bit more." "How can you let the master down, you ungrateful animal?" "Huh," said the dog. "You think I should be grateful for being neglected?" "Then I must wake him myself," said the donkey. "I had better be quick." The donkey held his head back and brayed very loudly. "Eeyaw! Eeyaw! Eeyaw! Eeyaw!" The great noise made the thief jump. "That silly creature will wake up the whole neighbourhood. Better get out of here." The Dobiwala awoke a second later. "That stupid donkey, he's ruined my sleep. I'll teach him not to bray in the middle of the night." He was just about to strike the donkey with his stick when he noticed a thief running off into the distance. Off he dashed to try and catch him. On the table in the hut was the Dobiwala's half-eaten dinner. The dog and the donkey would not go hungry after all.
Oh, the poor dog and the donkey.
The master didn't look after them properly, did he?
No, even one big enough to scare a shark away.
I'll say.
Well, all this music and dancing has made me really tired.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, it's time for us to hide.
Indeed, the dawn is upon us, the morning is nigh. We've made our stories, and we bid you goodbye. Story makers, working through the night till the rising sun. Story makers, stories are fabulous. Stories are
Helping.
Bye, story makers.
See you again soon.